Bitcoin just set a fresh new record, reaching over $125,000. But what brought us to this point, and where can we go from here? Let's jump in. Bitcoin is up around 12% over the last week and up 98% over the last year. And it's not alone. The S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Russell 2000, and gold are also making fresh highs. As inflation remains sticky well above the Fed's 2% target, investors are left with no choice but to invest in assets, or risk seeing their purchasing power melt faster than a Choco Taco on a hot sidewalk. Q4 is also generally a good time for risk on assets, particularly with Bitcoin's Q4 after the halving year. Happy Uptober. Bitcoin's recent price action can also be attributed to the ongoing US government shutdown. After all, the government of the United States, who has the world reserve currency, is approaching $38 trillion in debt, and as of right now, they are closed until further notice. This calls into question the credibility of the United States government, and with it, the US dollar. This is also why gold is up around 47% year to date as central banks stockpile the asset. They are losing faith in the US government's ability to pay back this debt. And why wouldn't they? They're not even open right now. Historically, gold and Bitcoin have been pretty good at sniffing out any funny business going on in the economy, calling BS on any claim that the economy is running on a stable foundation. Bitcoin and gold are better measuring sticks than the US dollar because you can't solve the problem of inflation by printing more money. As the Federal Reserve prints more money, this new money enters the system and finds its way into assets like stocks, gold, real estate, and now Bitcoin. Until they stop printing money, these asset prices will continue to rise forever alongside consumer prices. Meaning if you're an asset holder, you benefit from this asset inflation, but if you don't have any assets, you're just paying more for your day-to-day existence, and it's a rigged game. You're getting ripped off. Bitcoin is beginning to be priced appropriately as the world begins to see the fragility of the current financial system. If in March of 2020 you took $1,000 and buried it, you would have around 30 to 40% less money now, whereas if you bought Bitcoin, which was around $3,000 from the pandemic lows, I'll let you do the math on what that would be worth now. So buy Bitcoin if you want to vacuum seal your money and protect it and keep it safe from everything happening in the world around you. Over the last 5 years, priced in Bitcoin, housing, gold, the S&P and Nasdaq are down dramatically. These assets have increased in value, but not nearly as much compared to Bitcoin. So don't overcomplicate this. With these assets getting cheaper over time, if you hold Bitcoin, you can always buy more stocks, real estate, and gold over time, but Bitcoin will get more expensive no matter what you're saving in. But 99% of the world does not understand this, and this is your opportunity to front run and arbitrage that difference. So where could we go from here? Well, think about it like this. Bitcoin is already halfway between 100K and 150K. While no one knows the future, it's likely that this trend will continue and Bitcoin will cross 200K, 500K, and eventually $1 million per coin. I think it's inevitable. But what do you think about Bitcoin's recent price action and what could come? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.